No, very soon.
Thursday Night Live! Hi there. So, let's try this again. I was going to make a different speech, but most of it was kind of lost in the whole kerfuffle with the lagging servers. So, here we go. You probably have a lot of questions. Well, what a coincidence. I just happen to have 12 of my own for you. Welcome to HQ Trivia under new management. We're broadcasting live and in portrait mode from the city of broad shoulders, the city that never sleeps, Los Angeles, California. And you're joining in with 400 players. That's pretty good. Including but not limited to my wife Patty, love you much, my brother Olive, love you too, my friends Aaron, Alyssa, Cosbio, as well as HQDs from all around, like The Herd, Justine, Annaby, Fan Art Girl, Andrew from New Jersey, Mecton Lego, MFTC Hardman, 6ABC, Eileen to the left, John from Florida, Tim Dozer, HQD8172, Karen RX, and Country Karen from NC. And as always, a big shout out to Reggie, the HQ mascot. If I didn't get your shout out in, I apologize. We're kind of like turning things around here. But anyway, so 400 people. It's an intimate crowd to be sure, but quickly tell your friends to turn on the app and join in if they're able to. The water's fine. My name is Farad Muhammad, and I'll be your navigator as we traverse the HQ universe together. If this is your first time playing HQ, well, you picked a weird time to start, but here's how the game goes. I'm going to give you 12 increasingly difficult multiple choice questions. You have 10 seconds from when I start reading the question to answer. Think quick, tap fast. If you get it right, you move on to the next question. If you don't, you should have one extra life that you can use in the game, except in the final question, to stay in the game. You also have 2 erasers that you can use anytime in the game to remove 1 wrong answer per question. And if you think you tapped the wrong answer and there's still some time left, you can change your answer until time is up. If you give the wrong answer and you're out of extra lives, or choose not to use the extra life, though why not, it's free, I'm afraid that you are then eliminated for tonight's game. However, if you are a mega fan of HQ Trivia like me, then this should be a breeze, because they're all trivia questions about HQ Trivia. If you answer the questions correctly, you'll win or split the cash prize of $50 and the right to be considered among the greatest of HQ superfans. Now, a quick note. This is not an official HQ Trivia game, nor is it produced by HQ Trivia. We do not have the money from your previous games, I'm afraid. I'm very sorry. Also, this is an experimental game, and it's also my first time hosting HQ Trivia, and hopefully not my last time. So once again, as evidence, there may be a glitch or tech issue here and there. Please be patient with us. Anyway, you're here. I'm here. It's the first game of 2023, kind of. Let's do this. Here is Q1. The Asian delicacy known as bird's nest soup is primarily made from what? Bird's nests, fried noodles, or shredded cabbage? This question seems so familiar because I just answered that before it actually appeared on the screen last time. But anyway, this ultimate savage question was asked almost 6 years ago on March 4th, 2018. It eliminated 1.75 million players all in one go because people didn't realize that bird's nest soup wasn't a nickname. It's actually made from birds' nests. Now, this question has been asked multiple times afterwards, including a previous game about HQ, as well as a game that only comprised classic savage questions. So, let's see how many we got that right there. 344 people. Very nice, very nice. Okay, well, looks like that did not defeat a lot of you at all, so that's very good. Great work. It gets harder from here. Onward and upward to Q2. During the pandemic, Mad Richards would occasionally stop the game to do what? A mask-off face-off, a sanitizer break, or a vaccine green screen? I want to take the mask off. Guys, nose, it's coming off. Anyway. Matt has been known to deliver some excellent, excellent songs. Along with his other songs, like the Savage Question song, as well as the intro to Question 5, Matt has also took a bit of time out of games during the pandemic with a sanitizer break. Sanitizer break, sanitizer break, sanitizer break. This is my impression of Matt Richards. Hopefully it isn't too insulting. So clean. All right, so how many do we got here? 366 people. Excuse me. Very, very good. Fantastic. All right. So let's take a glad to see so many there are so many other Money Flipper fans out there. For the children. Now we're moving on up to Q3 and a question that was submitted by HQ fan SDVX Exceed Gear. Who was not a regular host of HQ Sports? Lauren Gambino, Melody Alana, or Jeff Eisenberg? Sports was never really my forte. Too many questions about the 1975 Yankees. But anyway, there were many hosts of HQ Sports over the years, but Melody Alana was not one of them. She was the regular host of the musical trivia game HQ Tunes, which actually that kind of fits Melody's name a little bit too serendipitously. 332 people got that right. Fantastic. Alrighty then. So let's continue onward. We've already gone through a full quarter of the game. 3 questions down, 9 to go. It's time for Q4. HQ Trivia was once nominated for which of these awards? An Emmy, a Grammy, or an Oscar? Anybody have a favorite Oscar host? Nobody watches the Oscars anymore. Jeez. I mean, I'm more of a Billy Crystal fan myself. But anyway, so in February of 2019, hold on, sorry, just get this here. Okay, on February 26, 2019, HQ Trivia did a collaboration with Warner Brothers Pictures for the movie Lego Movie 2, in which host Scott Rogowski was transformed into a Lego minifigure. That episode garnered HQ Trivia an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Original Interactive Program. However, it lost to NASA's InSight Mars landing. Mars, that planet gets all the breaks. How many we got right? 265 people. Fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Moving right along. Do we have that Disco Dancing 5? I always wanted to try that here. Let's see this here. Question 5. Question, no? Oh, there he is. All right, that's me. Question 5. Sorry, Money Flipper. Anyway, so let's continue on to Q5, submitted by HQ fan Zanderberg. Let's see here. Yes. Where does Scott Rogowski work after HQ Trivia? ESPN, DAZN, or the NBC Sports Network? I'm Scott, a.k.a. the host with the Hollow French Toast, a.k.a. the Quiz Khalifa, the Culture Conan, Trapper Back, all that sort of good stuff. Scott Rogowski, the current owner and proprietor of the vintage shop Quiz Daddy's Closet in Santa Monica, California, was a weekday host with Adnan Virk on the wraparound Major League Baseball show Change Up on the streaming sports channel DAZN. I have some thoughts on how Scott was treated upon his departure from HQ Trivia, but this is a family show. 204 people got that right. Simply marvelous. Now let's get some sixes and some fire emojis going in the chat because it is now time for Q6. HQ's first shutdown and subsequent Drunken After Dark game happened around which holiday? Arbor Day, Thanksgiving, or Valentine's Day? Oh, it's nice to be home for the holidays, even though I also work at home. I remember this quite well because I was hosting a movie scene karaoke event in downtown Chicago when this occurred. And I tuned into the Drunken HQ After Dark episode when Movieoki ended on the evening of finale. All right, how many do we have? 176. All right, well, it's starting to whittle down, but we still got a lot of you still. That's beautiful. Okay, so let's, you know where we are right now? Other than not behind a wheel, I hope. We are now halfway through the game. So let's continue on with Q7, submitted by HQ fan ERK. Let's see. What service is releasing a documentary about HQ Trivia later this year? HBO, CNN, or Hulu Originals? All those streaming services, and it costs the same amount of cable afterwards. Goodness gracious. Anyway, there is already a podcast from The Ringer about the tumultuous history of this app, but later this year, you can see Glitch, the rise and fall of HQ Trivia on CNN. I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan, on CNN. Oh, we don't have to worry about that. Let's see, what do we got? 129 people. Now, I can use a little pick-me-up from Nate the 8. Did he make it in with the new management, or did he leave with Matt Richards there? I guess not. All right. Well, anyway, this is Q8. Hopefully he got a nice 7-inch package there. So, Q8. Swiping left and right for HQ Date Night was later reworked into which of these? HQ Jokes, HQ Drop, or HQX? I remember some of these apps there. Beautiful. Dating apps usually go well with comedy, but in this case, the implementation was used on the dating game HQX. Now, we have a little sizzle reel for of HQX for you, so...
They've been dating shows since the beginning of time.
And here they are.
1 in 50 is going to have a chance at love. Are you guys ready? The only problem, you can't swipe your TV. No matter how much you dislike Chad. This is HQ Date Night, live, unpredictable dating show on your phone that puts you in the center of all the steamy action.
Oh, and just to let you know, 98 people managed to get that question right. So now we are within 100 people. All right. You're doing fine. In fact, you're simply divine. So let's get in line for Q9, submitted by HQ fan and current host Farad Muhammad. Yeah, that's a rather cool guy there, you know. Which Sesame Street character was not a guest on HQ Trivia? Bert, Cookie Monster, or Grover? Everybody, Cookie. All right. The guests that have appeared on HQ Trivia run the gamut, including Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Kevin Hart, Ellie Kemper, Robert De Niro, Neil Patrick Harris, Alicia Silverstone, Jimmy Kimmel, Gilbert Gottfried, and Sebastian Maniscalco. Guests from the classic children's show Sesame Street also appeared on HQ Trivia, including Elmo, Bert, and Cookie Monster. But sadly, our lovable pal Grover has not made an appearance on HQ Trivia as of yet. Though he's more than welcome to join me on the broadcast if anything else, I'll tell you. All right, what do we got? 76 people. All right, that's a little savage. Not quite savage, but did kind of got to eliminate a few of them there. All right, now we are now in the realm of question double digits. and the last question number in a regular game of You Don't Know Jack, but we are now 3/4 of the way to the final question here on HQ. This is Q10. A single game of HQ trivia with the largest cash prize was sponsored by what? A mobile app, a movie, or a virtual assistant? Those high-stakes games, those were a lot of fun. Millions of people tuning in. It was just fantastic. The season 1 finale of HQ Trivia was sponsored by Google Assistant and had a cash prize of over $112,000. The mobile app Toon Blast sponsored the game with a prize of $400,000. The game, sponsored by the movie Rampage, guest hosted by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, had a cash prize of $300,000, which means that the mobile app Toon Blast had the largest cash prize in HQ history. They offered $100,000 for the Game 1 of the 2018 NBA Finals, $200,000 for Game 2, and so forth. Because the Cavaliers were swept by the Warriors in 4 games, the $400,000 was the biggest amount in that or any promotion on HQ Trivia. Okay, so we are now down to 37 people left. Fantastic. All right, beautiful. It is now time for the penultimate question. So without further ado, Q11, submitted by HQ fan Sensei Nichols. During the seasons of HQ Trivia and other games, a free pass could save a player up to which question? 10, 12, or 15? Time is up. Alrighty then. Free passes allowed a player to stay in the game, even answering a question incorrectly. However, in order to get those free passes or automatic extra lives, the number of questions that the pass would cover would be equal to the level a player had reached. The highest level a player could reach in those games was level 10, which means that the player could be saved up to question 10. The game had 15 questions in total, allowing a decent balancing act between having 10 potential extra lives and a decent payout. All right, so how are we at? We are now at 35 players left in the game. That's just beautiful. All right, you 35 people, are you ready? It is now time for the final question. No extra lives. This question and your smart brains that separate you from the share of the cash prize. So take a deep breath. Here we go. Q12. HQ briefly had games in which foreign language? Deutsche, Francais, or Russ? For those of you who are unfamiliar, it's German, French, and Russian. I'll tell you. Alrighty. The final answer. HQ has run different versions around the world, including ones in Australia and the United Kingdom, which ran in English. But they also had one in Germany, which means that HQ had games in Deutsche. As the score shows up afterwards, I will let you see what the German version of HQ looks like. So take a look at this.
Hallo, meine lieben HQties und Quizbrains da draußen. Ich bin Leonie Zäumer, euer Host. Schön, dass ihr dabei seid. Es ist wieder soweit. Herzlich willkommen zur 30. Show, wow, von HQ Trivia Deutschland. Ich hoffe, ihr seid alle startbereit, denn bei uns geht es heute wieder um echte 500 Euro.
And with that, I offer you congratulations to the 30 winners of the first new management edition of HQ Trivia. Simply all right, well, congratulations to the biggest HQ superfans who won this evening's game. You've each put the $50 prize, which came out to around $1.66, and that includes May Mel, Yoshi Yoda, Stephanie 13.